Hey everyone, my name is Trevor and I'm a CPA and owner of Passageway Financial, and we just wanted to cover what is bookkeeping.
So we're an outsourced accounting firm. We help small businesses, and part of this is we do your taxes, your tax reduction planning, we do your payroll and everything, but in this is the core and the foundation is great bookkeeping. And what a lot of folks don't know, there's a lot of people out there claiming to be bookkeepers, and they want to be like work from home bookkeepers. You go into this whole world, there's a ton of people that want to be bookkeepers. We're not just bookkeepers. We're your outsourced accountants that handle taxes. We do your books, we do everything. So why don't fill us in on how you make life easy when it comes to accounting and bookkeeping. We'll talk about the problems, but help us understand more.
One of the things that people talk about the most is it's just updating your Quickbooks, or it's just updating your Xero, whatever system you might use, or a spreadsheet. But that is not what bookkeeping is, right? If you have a QuickBooks Pro advisor, they're gonna be great at QuickBooks, but they're not going to be an accountant. They're not gonna understand different flows and structures. So they can be great, and I'm not saying that there's anything against that, but that's the difference between a team like us, where we are looking at a whole structure. Before we get into like the details of what we do for bookkeeping, let's just come up a little bit as to like why. Why is bookkeeping such a big deal? Well, if you think about it, right, if you're a contractor or if you're anyone that builds something, you know that every angle, every corner, everything that you're gonna put into matters. If you put one little thing off, it's gonna reset the entire set, and you're gonna have to start over again. That's the same thing with bookkeeping. If you don't have the right chart of accounts, categories, or structures set up, you're not gonna be able to maximize your deductions. You're not gonna be able to see trends in cash flow.
And you'll make mistakes. You'll make mistakes.
Absolutely, mistakes will
Overpaying
happen.
taxes.
And that's where the difference is, again, between having an outsourced bookkeeping service like ourselves, where we throw all of it together. So when we make sure we do your bookkeeping where we reconcile it weekly or monthly, we make sure that everything's categorized, your bank account says the same things that your book says. Ultimately, all of that's going to a financial statement. And when we look at those financial statements, we can see when something is funky. And we can see when that doesn't make sense that you actually made $1 million this month, because usually you only make so much money.
You should tell that story. What was that? You said somebody called you and said, hey, it says I made $1 million, but I did not. And it was kind of walk us through that real quick.
Yeah, this client just had an issue with double counting their revenue, essentially. So you've got your revenue coming in from the bank, you've got your revenue coming in from invoicing, and now they're both showing up together on your profit and loss statement as revenue, and they're like, I did not make $1.5 million this year.
That happened to me. Like that whole thing where, so basically, those of us that aren't good at this, one of the mistakes we make, you just hook up QuickBooks and let it go. What doesn't know is the invoice and when it hits the bank, both of them revenue. Classic example of problems.
Yeah, we see this too, where people are categorizing, let's say, gas. So specifically for landscaping, you've got gasoline that's used for your equipment, and you've got gasoline you've got used for travel and other things. Those actually can be different things and deducted in different ways. And so when we look at is not just understanding gas, but that's where the operations of your business and understanding that and partnering with you on that, and then relating that to the data that's in your books helps you really maximize those deductions. But ultimately, we have a really cool P&L that we made ourselves. It's kind of our custom one, where we take all of the data and information and we put it into a way that actually looks like your operations of your business. And it shows you the levers that you can pull to change your business. Whether it be your subcontracting work, that stuff's cost of goods, that's just gonna be what you have to pay. But there's direct labor costs that you can optimize, along with a billion other things related to supplies and trends that we see in your books. It's amazing to me, with having the operational background that I have, when I can look at someone's books, I immediately can see where we have efficiencies that we can bring to them because we're doing the books. We're not just doing taxes. And that's what the outsourced accounting firm really kind of can do for you.
I have business owner clients that they'll keep up with their bookkeeping on their own, and then they'll have this end result at the end of the year that, great, like got all the green check marks, my QuickBooks is up to date. And so I'm talking to them about, okay, great, like what's it actually telling you? And I'll even show them you can run these reports in QuickBooks and you can see these things. What's that mean for you? And they have no clue. So looking at these financial statements, no idea what I'm actually looking at right now.
If your accountant is sending you monthly financials and you never open them, that's a problem. that's a problem on the accountant side, because we need to be able to make sure that you have information to make decisions and be confident in what you're doing. Because knowing where your money's at should not be a stressful thing. Your money doesn't tell you what you can't do. Understanding your money tells you what you can do. And that's really what we want to do, is see you grow and build the life you want.
Yeah, if you don't have great bookkeeping, you can't do good tax planning. If you don't have good bookkeeping, you don't get to scale your business. If you're a contractor, you don't get to go improve your surety bonding if you don't have great bookkeeping. If you're just a home services company, if you don't have great bookkeeping, you're not going to be able to make the investments that you need to actually get outside of the rat race of where you work in the business. Bookkeeping is the foundation of everything that we do here. And not only that, but we have this integrated service. And by integrating together, I always talk about this coordination fatigue that you lose. We get to just be a one-stop shop. There's no, a lot of times this would be the scenario if somebody else does your books, or even if you just go to a reactive bookkeeper and then somebody else kind of does your taxes, they're not engaged throughout the year. Here's what happens. Your books get done. They get done okay. You hand it to the tax guy. The tax guy looks at it. He's like, what's this? Well, first off, I had to email to get that bookkeeper. Then I had to email the books over to the tax guy. The tax guy gets it. He has questions. Then I have to write another email to coordinate over here. My time is super valuable as a business owner. We all know that, but people that really understand that the coordination, screwing around with connect this and connect that. I want to be on production and sales. That's it. I want to improve production, improve sales, and leadership and management, and then make strategic decisions. I don't want to have to connect these two together. And then they're always cynical of each other. The other thing that we all know this when we've done this is they go back and forth of, I don't know if that looks right. And they kind of make you sign off on this sheet of paper that you handed them good books. The bookkeeper's like, well, I only have what went into the accounting system. We provide leadership. Passageway Financial provides leadership, guidance, and like a CFO, but you're a certified public accountant. Now, we're not a CPA firm. You're a CPA that owns Passageway. There's a little difference there, but we'll basically be a guide to make sure that three things happen. Number one, you save in taxes and you build tax efficient wealth. So not only are we doing your bookkeeper should know taxes and know tax reduction planning. Number two, we're going to serve as an outsourced bookkeeper, like a subcontractor, right? We will save your team time and you won't have to hire a Patty part-timer. We'll also make sure this stuff is done to a pristine standard. It always blows my mind, the caliber of books that you guys keep. And then the last thing is we'll keep you compliant. We're going to make sure you don't make the stupid mistakes. We're going to make sure that you're not in position to have the IRS pounce on you or the state. Sales tax and inventory can get so convoluted and difficult, and you're just trying to grow your business. And little did you know that fleet truck and the way you put that crane on it is not right out. It's a different type of inventory than what you thought it was. And 2 years down the road, you get a nasty gram because they think something's wrong. That's what we're all about here. And by being integrated and for a flat fee, $500 to $3,500 a month, anywhere in between, we'll build a scope that's just right for you. So if you like the idea of getting your bookkeeping done, Passageway Financial, book a consultation. Look at your taxes, look at your accounting. We will try and earn your business. We're going to try and add way more value than you've ever seen at any other accounting firm. So check us out. We appreciate it, guys.